Hi, guys, and welcome to a new episode of Albo. A community strategy actually has to come from the community itself because um, if it doesn't come from the community itself, it does not feel like it's theirs, and so it will fail. Take it easy on me, baby. I was just a child. Implement the strategy or the policy and see how it works. We might need to alter it a little bit or completely alter it. Depends on what's going on in the community, and then from there, we just keep evaluating, monitoring, and just keeping track of how things are going. And if we do have to change things up, then we will make sure we write that down and keep note of that and try to make it work. So in some cases, we'll have to come up with a whole new strategy, which fits in with what the community needs, because as I said already, each community is different. You'll find in some situations we have a community that just is one phenotype. For example, maybe they're all Christians or Catholics and they have their own practices, and in other cases we have communities where people are a mixture of Christians, traditionalists, and maybe some Jews and all that. So anytime we are implementing strategies, we usually have to think of all those things. And sometimes what we know from our own textbooks might actually not be what we end up doing. We might have to sit down and think about what has worked before, what has somewhat worked, what has never worked, and then we have to think along those terms and see if we can fancy fancy something, like come up with something that's going to work for everyone at least. And because of that, that's why we have to keep monitoring and keeping tabs of these policies we put in place. So in the case of water, for example, we'll have to keep finding out if how many people have reported typhoid cases in a week, in a month, in a day. When there's a lot of rain and there's a lot of standing water, for example, we keep tabs on malaria cases because malaria really thrives in areas where there's a lot of standing water, and also in areas where there's a lot of bush. So we have to keep tabs on that to see if what we've implemented in terms of like draining water channels, getting, cleaning up rubbish areas and stuff, we have to find out and see if that's working. So it directly correlates to that. But we also have to think of these strategies in terms of some of them might not bear fruit immediately and some might bear fruit immediately. Also, trying to convince the locals to accept these new strategies might not be very easy, but it should not be something that people should give up on. It should be something that we just keep going for. And so, in terms of initiating some projects, we have to think more in terms of longevity, how long we want this project to last, and how long each stage is going to be for this project to finally start and work efficiently. And some projects might last as long as 20 to 30 years, others might be a short project. And yeah, that's it. Just wanted you guys to know that. So yeah, that's a lot of analysis and maths. A lot of analysis and maths. But yeah, that's the job of an environmental health officer, and I'm glad I could share that with you guys. So join me in the next video, okay? Bye guys.